lovely good evening to you, wherever you find yourself. Many thanks to you for choosing to stay with us here on the show. Your favorite show, my favorite show, Constituency Connect on Pan-African Television. Now we are coming to you live from our Kwame Nkrumah studio here at Tabelempe, number 48, Swanika Street. And my name, Ivy Abena Dede Nakite. Let me say a hearty good evening to the good people of the Western region of Ghana and Jomoro constituency, to be precise. Yes, of course, tonight we are focusing on the Jomoro constituency in the Western region of Ghana. And you do know that, I'm sure that you saw our flyers via our Facebook and Instagram page, where the Member of Parliament for that constituency, who doubles as the parliamentary candidate representing the opposition National Democratic Congress, Honorable Dorcas Afo-Tofe, is joining us, or us join us here in the studio, and I'm so excited to host her tonight on the show Constituency Connect. Now, I would want you to do something. If you're a constituent of Jomoro constituency and you're watching us tonight, please, this is the best time for you to send in all those questions you asked me while on the field yesterday to your Member of Parliament. I'll address all your questions to her, and I'm sure that she's going to answer all for you tonight. So join us via our Facebook page at Pan-African Television, Instagram Pan-African Television, Twitter Pan-African Television, and YouTube Pan-African Television. We're live over these social media platforms. Send in your thoughts, your comment via our Facebook page, and I promise I'll find time and read it loud and clear for you. If you're just tuning in, the show just got started. This is Constituency Connect. We are back with a show after this quick commercial break. To stay. Thank you, Honorable. Thank you. I have cold, but we'll manage. Yeah.
The roads are very bad. The roads are very bad.
Thank you for choosing to stay with us. This is Constituency Connect on Pan-African Television, and my guest for tonight, Honorable Dorcas Afo-Tofe. She is the incumbent Member of Parliament for the Jomoro constituency and also doubles as the NDC's parliamentary candidate come December 2024 general elections. Join us by sending in your thoughts, your questions, your comments via our Facebook page at Pan-African Television, and I'll find time and read it loud and clear. Our text messages and WhatsApp line would be displayed shortly on your screen. You know what to do. I'm excited to introduce our guest tonight. Honorable, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I must say, I love your constituency. Yesterday at about 5 p.m., I was still in your constituency. And before I begin with everything, or before we begin with the conversation, let me commend you for the good job you're doing for Jomoro constituency. Thank you so much, Honorable, and thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here, and I'm happy and glad that you had the opportunity to actually be on the ground to see what I have done. Is one thing hearing it, it's another thing witnessing it yourself. Yeah. That way you can actually speak to it. So I'm very happy that you were able to be on the ground to see what I've done so far as a Member of Parliament for the good people of Jomoro.
Honorable, can we talk about your journey to becoming the parliamentary candidate and the incumbent Member of Parliament for the Jomoro constituency, as in a little history about yourself before we begin with the hot issues?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, thank you. But before we do so, let me give a shout out to the good people of Jomoro, especially my fans. I know some people are dying to see me on TV and hear me talk about the good things I've done. So I want to say a big shout out to everybody listening to me from Jomoro. I love you so much. Okay, so where do I begin?
You begin with your name.
My journey, okay.
Yes, and then how you became the Member of Parliament for the constituency.
My journey, okay. All right, we're going to have a very interesting conversation.
I trust that.
All right. So My name is Dorcas Tofe, Afu Tofe. I'm from Bonyere, to be precise, Western region. Of course, that is where I am the Member of Parliament for the good people of Jomoro. I started this journey, let's say, in 2013. I used to live in the USA, but I've always been active member of NDC. I've done quite a lot of things supporting the party since 2000. So I moved to Ghana in 2013, and 2012 actually. I helped during 2012 elections. I did a whole lot. 2015 I supported, and in 2019 I visited the only government hospital we have in the constituency to see how I can help and what kind of impactation I can make for my people. And so I visited the hospital, and I found out that they didn't have any ambulance. And so when people are sick, when women are in labor or having difficulties, and they are referred to bigger hospitals, they would have difficulties in getting ambulances and transportation to be transported to the hospitals that they will be referred to. And by doing so, it was causing a lot of deaths. And so I looked at it. I actually witnessed one situation where a woman was in labor but was having a difficulty, and so she was referred to Ifekwanta. And by the time they could get an ambulance to have her transported, she died. So that really got me as a mother and as a woman. And so I said, you know what, I would invest in an ambulance for them. So I bought a brand new, fully equipped ambulance for the hospital. At that time, I wasn't even the candidate.
Wow.
Prior to that, I had a lot of kids that I was taking care of. These are children that are brilliant but needy kids that have lost parents, but of course were very brilliant. And so I was paying their school fees while I was in the USA. And also even when I moved to Ghana, I was taking care of these kids. And so when I did that, and then in 2019, we're having our constituency elections. I also supported heavily. I did a whole lot for them. And so a lot of people then approached me and said, you know what, you are not even in politics yet. You are not an MP. You are just a party member, and looking at the lives that you are touching and the impactation and all the things you're doing for the good people of Jomoro, I think you'll be a good representative for us. And so we want you to contest. So I thought about it for a while, prayed about it, and I was like, you know what? I think if that would be a platform for me to be able to do a whole lot for the people, why not? So I thought about it, prayed about it. I was very convinced. I knew that, taking this mantle on or embarking on this journey wasn't going to be an easy thing. A lot of people think that when you're an MP, it is a way of enriching yourself. But I have a different perception or perspective. I think that if you're an MP, you're a servant. You have to give up a whole lot, and you have to do a whole lot for the people. You have to be selfless. You have to serve. And so that is how I looked at it. So it was a big decision for me. I thought it over with my children, my family, and we prayed about it. And everybody said, Mommy, you know what? You're already doing so much for the people. Why not? That will give you a broader or a bigger platform to be able to do so much for them. And so I decided I'll contest. So when I announced it, the people really embraced me. They accepted me instantly. The support was massive. The love was overwhelming. I was like, wow. So I, started campaigning. I contested. And Lord be so good on my side, because I say it was a calling. Because it was a calling, God, came through, and I was able to win the 2020 elections, and I became an MP. And if you want me to continue how I was dragged in court,
on and on.
I can continue.
Yes, good. So before we look at your projects so far,
all right.
Everybody, nationwide, knew that you had a court issue with regards to citizenship. And Honorable, did that affect your performance in your constituency anyway? In any way, did that affect it?
Absolutely. It sure did. There was a lot of things. Don't forget, I lived in the USA for over 20 years. I had built an outside network that I could have leveraged on to be able to lobby for projects to help my people. But because of the court case, people didn't know whether I was going to be jailed, because there was a lot of propaganda going around that I was going to be jailed, I wasn't going to be the member of parliament. And so the people that I could have reached out to lobby for things for the people were not forthcoming because they were not sure. And so it really did affect me. I mean, think about it, as a woman, you have children, you have family, and then when your children are seeing it on social media that your mother is going to go to jail, this is going to happen, it wasn't easy. But being the strong woman that I am, I didn't let that bother me. I still kept focused. I still kept doing what I was called to do. And I'm sure you can attest to that when you visited the area, the things that I've done, even in opposition. But it sure did affected me. I could have done a little bit more than what I was able to do had it not been the court case.
Well, Honorable, now, Jomoro, personally, when I visited that place, I was like, whoa, I didn't know that it was such a huge community or constituency. Now, how are you able to satisfy the needs of almost all your constituents owing to the fact that you are a member of parliament whose government isn't in office? Because I would like us to take it step by step with regards to the developmental projects you have undertaken or embarked on so far. We'll begin with some bridges in the Metika. I don't know if I'm getting the Metika and Amamamu.
Amamamu bridge.
Amamamu. Okay. Yes. So, Honorable, how are you doing this? I mean, your party isn't in power. How are you able to fund all these?
Well, thank you. It hasn't been easy, but like I said earlier, for me, it's a calling. And so because the people have entrusted everything in me, and they've built that trust, and they think I can help, that is what keeps me going. And
Honorable, I'm sorry to cut you.
Okay.
I want us to go to the field. Yesterday, I spoke to some people with regards to the bridges at Metika and Amamamu, and this is what they had to say. When we're back, I'll let you comment on the bridges.
I'll be glad to do
producer,
so. I'm very prepared. Don't worry. Got me for now.
Well, from Uncle B. Honey, a woman. Gia o hisi sia ya papa nom na yana nam na abroad ni hina no na nsuo no odaha enti dama abro no yana nan ma abroad no omoje ahiama kaniu na omudwitwa na omdekọ enti fi no na omode raffia sticks ntuntu na omutwa takro bi na omudwoto so na omja cheye 2000 no mu any about modern a man yeah contribution ekoto ntabo board any a bridge ono na omuhun dada no enti ekrom ha de na ada ya bre wo ho pa na bridge no kalum ntumemba ontumi ye bibia yenye sika kakra bridge na ya bedin kase wo krom ha on bridge o de sisia ya enyina yenwetua ya me adom dokas afotofe na da roma wa ba ya mahene de me ya kasi enti yaji an adesade yakoto assembly nanim wo bo jomora assembly ya ko hu bebre wasa ka no doso nti wontum onye ya ka hu assembly bebre ya mi adom yo wona afotofe oba eso oba stand MP ha ene e wom dem a osese oba wo hu de ade ahia nkase pa na bridge nti so oba ye bibi krampa me na obobo modern wire bridge na me na ansana ye mi do ya na assembly na agro bi na oldi ya me na adom okro yenso da kro ye wa na so le baba e bridge ya mehen why that so krampo yenjindi 2 days time no start oje contract on ne be wo start no call onya sam kakraba wo krum ha ejuma mami wa ye wo bridge hu di on the oya call kase papa assembly krampo wontum anye na yimpa owo position afotofe o position no ye nyina yim de ni party no oni abenu misesiara ono no wabo modena wa ye dem bridge sesiara oja meheni ekrom ha ana kalon fo krom mbe krom ha da sesia cars moto bibia otumbo krom wo for passengers wo ko ba nti adama me no aye ne do odoso papa no kwanya me anim ni nsuo de hesese yi so oyama okwa bebia edani sinu ofa bebia ka ni sinu ofa na yentumi ye bibia okrom ha nso nyame na adom sese why bridge na mehen wa feel anim he na so oja mehen makas bebe kas ni sisi ano owo ina me junu jukoni na hani na nsu nkotin nyame na adom nya bridge nkotin so oye no why feeling wo he na oja mehen makas woko wotum wodi akonaba adechi na adese nala nti mame no the why yama dwomoro the why yama metikande ya usuri yankopon wo suri ene ageda na ase sabi obi bibiala owo Ghana house will be metika kruma obofa dokas afuto ni bridge do even na
mpacho am say ene maba ha say ya we a bridge ye mame onabo dokas afuto aye na eye nkofo mo ase na eye mo dadwen pa say no menya project bi etisese because o share before o show ye tie say public toilet bi wa say obi ana esesa wooden structures e dey go so before until before na wooden structures eno nkeka ho that time na parliamentary candidate no was in the place of honorable Paulation of MPP omo de kotu nanim no obeye bridge ni bi e dey my na say enya honorable Paulation ka minim say bridge yet me bridge na within 1 week per na bridge na san bubu concrete bridge pa o so within 1 week per ni nyina ebubu ni ma insuo e wo hye ni nyina cement ni nyina e de koe the reason why ebubu ye ene say anka say otumi eye bridge ni ye otumi e fa nkrofo man nkrofo etumi e hwe nema na nema etumi ekoye no nkan so because of party practices omo de nema ni nyina.
So that's the footage from the bridges constructed at Metika and Amamamu. Honorable, now this is what your people are saying.
Yes.
What does that make you feel?
Great. It makes me feel very wonderful and fulfilled because looking at the area, when I was actually doing it, I mean, a lot of MPs have come and gone. You heard it in the testimony that people have come in, you know, big people, and they couldn't do it. And so when I came, you know, a first timer in opposition, also being a woman, they thought I couldn't do it. It was one of those gimmicks, you know, that I'm coming because I wanted their vote. I'm just coming in to tell them something to convince them. But I told them I'll do it. And lo and behold, you know, God has been good. We've been able to fulfill that. And so it makes me very happy and fulfilled listening to. You were not able to see a lot of the footages, but one of the elderly women telling us the history, the story behind, you know, how the whole place came to be. And ever since the establishment of the place, a car has never entered into that town. And what they've gone through, you know, in the past, all these years, over 100 years. And so listening to this woman who has lived to see that finally a car has been able to enter. For the very first time, they were able to bring a hearse to cross over the bridge to bring the body, to bury the, before they would carry the body, walk all the way alongside the ocean or the sea and bring the body. But for now, they would just put the body in the hearse and just bring the body to bury. It's just fulfilling. You know, and then with the prayers and all the good words and the things they would say, the blessing, they were, I mean, it's just priceless. So for me, that is what good legacy is all about. So it makes me very, fulfilled.
Okay. Honorable, now let's quickly move to the health aspect. Your contribution to the health sector in your constituency. We visited the building of a chip compound, and also we do know that you've been donating some health equipment as well. Let's go and look at those footage, and when we're back,
we'll
you know what to do.
Speak to it.
Well, lateral area. Yeah, ne madam ayama no, ye ni asoyi. Ntini se ne waye no eboro ya adwen ene ente ase so. Wo hwe ba bia ye free Ekolubu hospital na enya de ketwa 14 kilometers which is 7 miles. Se nipa yare kwan no so mponya kwan papa bia eda so na waka se nipa no obenya be 3 minutes and 5 minutes na koduru obedu na problem bebre. Na so abomo na be ye chip compound amaye. Aka se obepenti aka be 2 to 3 weeks bi na wa we bibia. Nti da na se pa ye wo problem kase. E se ye no be wo nsu achi no ye doso. Ya bro be 1000 and over. Na so nya ba bi papa bia enya pomuden. Ndama ye de wa ya de amaye nti ye da na se pa ye da na se bebre. Abo lateral area. Yeah, ne madam ayama no ye ni asoyi pa santini se ne waye no ebro ya adwen ene entia.
Oh, that's it. But I'm surprised. How did you come up with this? This is a container. So what was the motive behind it? I'm surprised.
You know, as the saying go, health is wealth. Yeah. I lived in the States, and so for me these are basic necessities. Things like good roads, good healthcare, good schools and all that are basic things that everybody shouldn't be denied of. And so because with all humility and by the grace of God, I had the opportunity to travel, I saw these things are things that are basic and everybody should have it. So whilst I was in the US, like I said, because of my court case earlier on, I couldn't even leverage on the connections that I had over there, I had built over the years. And so this is the container that I brought from the USA. I lobbied through a company or an NGO in the US that through them, they brought it for me. And as I speak, the rep from the US is here. Her name is, I don't want to call her name, maybe she might not want that, I don't know. She's around, they are putting everything together, so within a week or two, we should be able to finish with it and give it to the people, commission it and give it to the people. And looking at, well, you happen to be around, looking at where the government hospital is located, because of the bad nature of our roads, it is very difficult for easy accessibility. So I figured it would be better for me to put this chip compound in areas that are in remote areas, so that at least when somebody is sick at night, they don't have to find out, carry the person because don't forget the road is very bad, so they don't have cars and all that to be able to call a taxi and all that. So bringing it to them would help them. So in the event anybody is sick or whatever, they'll be able to access it easily. Well, and that is why I did that.
Good. How many have you built so far, and how are you planning to build these chip compounds, especially in the scattered communities?
How many?
Yes.
I have done.
Or do you have any plans of?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Once this is finished, they want me to finish with this, commission it, they will be present, and then once it's being used for its purposes, then other ones will be coming. As we speak, we have 2 or 3 other ones that are on its way coming, but they are waiting for this one to be completed and commissioned, and then the other ones will be coming. But also, in some areas that they have the existing ones that need some renovation, I have done so. And some of these medical facilities, I've actually also lobbied and brought in a lot of quality medications that I'm sure you were told about, and distributed across the entire constituency to all the hospitals, the biggest hospitals, the chip compounds, all the health centers in the constituency. We distributed the medications to all these areas.
Honorable, we noticed that you've been able to shape some roads that initially they were in Club State. We noticed that you have been able to shape all of this, and we have a video. I talk with evidence. I was there, so definitely my viewers are supposed to see whatever I saw in your constituency.
It's great. Yes. Because lately, let me just chip in this. I want to bring a different flair of politics. We want to attract a lot of female, especially the young ones. So I want them to see that politics is not all about being. You have to deliver because your people are depending on you, but you can also have fun, in doing so and serving them, satisfying your people. You can also have fun. So I took it onto TikTok with pictures after Sunday,
Wow.
and people are saying, "Why are you not posting? Are you an MP or you are a model?" I said, "I'm both." Okay, because
I
I'm
like
working.
that. I mean, I like that. Okay, so let's visit the Samanye and Pataba Halvasini roads and then see what Honorable has done so far.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me down. Anyway, let me down. Muhammad bin the 8. To be honest with you, sir, erosion will take place it's more than a year. Well, until we were expecting the DC say the now one who MP or opposition or to go say enter you an opposition MP cannot work massively like this, but with Honorable Dorcas, I don't think it's possible. She has really proved that she is indeed an enzyme. And she is not in politics. She's only into this to help. So
Yada Honorable Dorcas Aputufi, MP Jomora Nyara, Yada Nasi me assembly member I Ponyere. Many colleague assembly member and I Ponyere. I'm saying, and you may NPRB over 2 decades. If you say and consider, and see Gina Ponyere, my own name, Edgar Honorable Dorcas Aputufi, Yada Nasi. Since you are Juma, you won't find any of them. Yeah. Ama sisi ya sanu medi nyina adide mu a ye ho atoye enti se ye hu bi da ye wa ye ne de si anka ene e onyayefo nti ona bo ye da wase bebre na mi nhira o mafo eni adide papa papa awu dwumade a Honorable Dorcas Aputufi Jomora MP odi ama kwanyere man ene eziko man wo hwe ekwan ya o receive a kofo ni ate bebre ze we ebi si da omu bi kura wo to ada as a new site nyina baby a ya plan say quite da e kwa di ho nyina no o twani nyina ato
So this apparently is the biggest road project so far, and personally I know that Honorable has been talking about the nature of the roads in her constituency. She's been lobbying for the past 2 to 3 years. But Honorable, how do you intend to making sure the government or the people comes back to site to construct this road? Because this road links Samenye and Pata and Havasini roads. Yeah, in Pataba. It's about 45 kilometers road. Honorable.
Yes.
How?
Okay.
Yes.
For the Impataba road, right? Okay, so the road was awarded on a contract in 2020 in October, just 2 months before the 2020 elections. And it was contracted for 2 years. It was supposed to be a 2 years contract. But since becoming the MP since January, I've actually, I've gone to the highways, the regional highways, the ministry. I also brought to the floor the minister to ask him the delay, why the delays and all that. And the answers he could give was there was no funds available, lack of availability of funds. And so as a member of parliament and a mouthpiece for the people, I have done what I'm supposed to do. But I'm so excited that every indication shows that NDC is coming to power. In Jomora, for instance, every single development that you saw was done under the NDC government. So I know that when DC comes, that road will be completed. Not too long ago, our flag bearer visited my area on his Ghana tour, and that was one of the things he mentioned, that it will be one of the first things he will tackle when we give him the nod again. And by the grace of God, I know that he's going to win power, and then he would fulfill his promise.
Okay. So that's on the screen, some of the roads that
I have reshaped.
You have reshaped.
Yes. Okay, so in totality, I have reshaped about 50 kilometers of roads in various communities so far. I mean, some areas were so bad. This is Bonye, where I actually come from and where I live. It's been over, only God knows how many years that it's been in this, shape. So I had to take it upon myself. Just in Bonye alone, it was over 14 kilometers. And I spent quite an amount of money to reshape it. So it's done. For me, like I said, it's a calling. And can you imagine you living here in this community and your roads are so bad? I mean, that's the little I could do, even though it was contracted. But it was my turn, but they were saying that they were not being paid. So they had to move out of sight. And so for me to relieve my people, the commuters, the farmers, the drivers of their suffering, I had to spend the money to reshape the roads. And even go to an extent where some of the areas, the new areas that were didn't even have a roads at all, we made sure that now cars can go there. The how do you call it? The motor riders are now able to, freely transport their people and make money. There were areas that they used to charge like 10 cities. Now because of the road being so good, they're charging them 5 cities. So it's it's a good thing. It has helped, and I'm very excited.
Wow. Well, quickly let's move to unemployment. Now, unemployment specifically, I always say this, when it comes to unemployment, I'm a little partial, maybe because I'm a youth, but I personally love to focus on youth unemployment. This is a nationwide problem, very challenging one, a worrying situation, of course. Now, you are seeking to maintain your seat come December 2024 general elections. Your people talks to us about the fact that there are no jobs in the constituency. Now, how do you intend to solve this worrying situation of unemployment in the Jomoro constituency?
Thank you. So my broader plan for the youth, excuse me, sorry.
Can we get you water?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, all right. So that's it. Honorable is talking about unemployment. Unemployment is a worrying situation in this country. But before we come back to unemployment, that's the footage of some of the roads that she has been able to reshape so far. Before it was in a bad state. It was in a bad state, but Honorable has been able to reshape these roads, and it's now more trouble. They are now more trouble. And so that's it from the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Jomoro constituency, Honorable Dorcas. Honorable, now let's go back to the unemployment situation in the country.
So my broader plan is to help unemployment is to do so through skill training and education. And so in the past, I have, as we speak, I have I've put about over 500 youth, in skill training, being dressmaking and hairdressing, and any youth or anybody that has graduated from either dressmaking or hairdressing, I've given hair dryers, I've given sewing machines for them. Currently, like I said, I have about 500 that are learning skill training. So these are ways that I'm doing to reduce unemployment through education. When it comes to the tertiary, I have over 100 students that are benefiting from a program like a scholarship program that I have ongoing that 100 people are benefiting from. So that is a way of reducing unemployment, like I said, through skill training and also education. Just since 2021, I established a scholarship for new entrants, and we have over 1,000 students. Since 2021 till date, I have over 1,000 students that have benefited from this scheme.
Wow.
And so I think that is a way of reducing unemployment. I'm very passionate about it, and that is why when you touched it, I was very emotional.
I know,
and
right?
also, as we speak, in my area, we have two things that drives the place. We have farming and people that are also in the coastal areas that are into fishing. So as we speak, I have lobbied, I have a company that I'm not going to disclose the details, but I have company that I've brought, they have come in to survey the area, they have done all the due diligence, they have done all they need to do. And so they are coming in to put up a factory, okay?
Wow.
A coconut processing factory.
Yeah, but there were a lot of cocoa.
Exactly, because that is what we are known for, coconut. Yeah. And so I have a company coming in that is going to put a very well-established industry or a very well-established factory to produce, the coconut. It's a coconut factory that I'm bringing, and that would also reduce unemployment. So I'm working on it. We are hoping that before elections, this in the industry or this factory will be up and going.
Well, let's look at tourist sites in your constituency and the Nzulezo. I'll begin with the Nzulezo village. Honorable, we have a picture. I think you constructed a toilet facility in the Nzulezo community, the Nzulezo village. And if my producer could display the pictures while the conversation is ongoing. Honorable, how do you come about all this? Okay, so that's the Nzulezo. This is the toilet facility, and I saw this for myself. This is not an internet footage. We took it with our own camera. We visited the Nzulezo village, and it's such an interesting place to live. It's a beautiful environment altogether, and you experience the fact that people are living on water. It's such an interesting scene, and Honorable, I must say that you're doing a great job. Okay, so that's the toilet facility from Honorable Dorcas to the constituents of Jomoro, precisely the Nzulezo village. Honorable, can we talk about this toilet facility?
Yes. So I'm happy that you were able to visit the area, the almighty Nzulezo. It's well known all over. It's globally known. Everybody knows about it. I remember doing a video, posting it, and we had a lot of views, a lot of calls were coming in. Where is it? We want to visit and all that. So I wasn't surprised yesterday when I was told that you guys did everything possible to go and visit the place. As you can tell, it has a lot of history behind. Were you told about how it came to being when you visited?
Yes.
You were told about it.
Yes, we were told a little.
Okay.
Yes, but I think there are about 500 people living in the Nzulezo village.
Over 500 people living there. And you wouldn't pay them any amount for them to move. This is where they know that is what they believe in. They will not go anywhere. And people always come there to visit. Okay, it's a tourist site. And so can you imagine you've traveled all the way from Accra or wherever you came from, and you want a place to ease yourself, and you can't have it any place. You wouldn't come back again. It'll be very embarrassing and everything. And so they had one that was deteriorated. So when I was told, I said, no way, I have to do something about it. So I quickly put up that toilet facility that you saw for yourself yesterday. Because it's a tourist area, and we must have that. So I did that just so that when visitors come in, they will have a comfortable place to ease themselves. All
right, so we'll be opening the phone line, or it's activated already. Constituents of Jomoro, if you are watching your Honourable Member of Parliament this evening, any question, if you have any question, if you can't call us, do send us a text message via our text messages and WhatsApp line. It has been displayed on your television screen. Meanwhile, the phone number has been activated. Honourable, we'll be wrapping up soon, but I want us to, yes.
But you didn't touch a lot of things.
Yes.
All these things, all the project that I have, I thought you were going to allow me to.
I'll give you,
that's okay.
I'll give you the time to do that.
Yeah, at least let me read, because I've done more than I've done a whole lot.
I'll give you a time to do that. All right, then quickly let's talk about education in your constituency.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you want to know?
What have you done with regards to education in your constituency?
Oh, wow. I have done a whole lot since we don't have time. I have built, you saw the newly rebuilt 4-unit classroom block in Impasam. I mean, if you saw the structure that the kids were in, you would have been like, where are we and where are we going as a country? I mean, I'm talking about...
Oh, that's it on the screen.
This is it. This is what I've done, the new place that I've rebuilt. In this 21st century, when you see kids sitting under trees, when you see kids sitting in structures that are death trap, you ask yourself, where are we going as a country? So for me, since education, you know, quality education bridges the gap between the rich and the poor, that was my motivation. I felt I had to do that, rebuild this for them so that the kids will have a quality education. Okay, a country can thrive.
We have a caller. We have a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
So, see, when I'm flowing, then you want to interrupt me.
Sorry.
But that's okay.
I'm sorry. They're dying to hear from you.
Sure.
So, hello.
I'm ready.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening. Yeah. How are you?
Okay, so Honorable, can we
My name
continue?
is Day Albert, calling from Avatini.
Yeah, I think the reception is quite poor, but please,
Hello?
do well.
Can you hear me?
Keep calling. Okay, hello? Hello? All right, Honorable, so we're talking about the school infrastructure.
Right. Like I said, I don't know what you had, but this was when I went there and saw where the kids, you know, the structure they were in, it wasn't conducive. So I figured quality education bridges the gap between the rich and the poor. And so that was my motivation, and to make sure that they would have a comfortable place to learn. And so I took it upon myself to build them a whole new place where they'll be comfortable to study. And that is why I did that. Not only that, there is a place you couldn't go. It's called Forest Junction. I have put up, or it's still ongoing, a 6-unit ultra-modern classroom block that is still ongoing. Unfortunately, you were not able to go there to see for yourself. But these kids were under, as we speak, they were under a structure that was a death trap. So I quickly have to do a temporary structure for them. And some were sitting under trees. I was there when they sent me a video with snake.
That's on the screen. I think we were, right? Okay,
this is
Elibo. Okay.
Another one that I've built.
Okay.
That we are up finishing it. It's not, but very soon we'll commission it for them. But the one that I was talking about is in Forest Junction. That is ongoing. You were not able to visit the place because of time yesterday. But that is ultra-modern 6-unit classroom block that I'm building for them because of where they are currently. I did a temporary structure for them. And then I started the main building. We are almost at completion. So very soon it will be completed. So for me, and like you've seen on the screen, I've donated almost 2,000 desks to various schools in the constituency, because you go to a school and 2 to 3 children are sharing a desk. And I'm like, how can that child be focused and learn? So for me, I did, I brought something called Operation 2,000 Desk to supply throughout the entire constituency. And God being so good, we've done so. I think I need to be turning this way so I can speak to what is showing. And this is one of the first time in 2021 when I established that scholarship for new entrants that were going to school. I gave them chop boxes, the trunks, the mattresses, sanitary pads, some provisions, some mosquito nets, and so on and so forth. And that was 2021 when I established that, and every year I keep doing it. And so far, over 1,000 children have benefited from this scheme that I instituted. Okay.
I believe you have a list of some of the projects done by you, your tenure as the Member of Parliament. Okay, so that's one on the screen, the social intervention.
Yes.
Tell us more about it, and if you want to talk about any other project, you have the time to do so. Yes, quickly.
Okay. Sure. I mean, this is the social intervention that you spoke about. I've donated a lot of these things for people with disability. I've donated pool chairs and workers and all that. I've done so many. When I see things like that, it breaks my heart. Like I said, with all humility, having the opportunity to travel outside the country to live in the U.S. for some time really also helped me. So these are things I do, and it really brings me joy and satisfaction. So let me zero in quickly to some of the things that I have done in the constituency that I have not spoken about. So when it comes to social gathering centers, I've done over 10 of them. I'm sure you know social gathering centers.
Yes.
You were able to see some that I did on your way.
Yes.
Yeah, I have done that. The CHIPS compound, we've spoken about it, the renovation of Ahobli Health Center, free medical supplies to all the healthcare facilities, donated of medical equipment to Tikobo One Health Center, medical supply to over 250 constituents across Jomoro, donated over 60 wheelchairs to people living with disabilities across Jomoro, free eye care screening, I've talked about breast cancer screening, donated ambulance, I said that.
How often do we do the screening?
Every year.
Every year?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Every year. Constructed community center for Boko. I've spoken about the community gathering center, so I wouldn't waste time. I also constructed a 20-seater toilet at Tikobo number 2, where my mother hails from. You were not able to. I told them on your way to Forest Junction to take a look at the school. They should let you guys pass by. One of the very first things I did as a member of parliament was that a construction of 20-seater toilet facility that I did. I also constructed one at Inzulizo. You saw that. Supported the completion of Hafasini Police Park. And also when it comes to mechanized water, I've done so many. Yeah. I'm sure you saw one.
We'll be displaying the footage.
The footages. Yeah. I mean, it's on and on. I've done so many. I don't even know where to begin and where to end. But I was looking at the bigger ones to speak about. But let me see here. Okay. So construction of borehole for Baka, construction of borehole for Enzimiti, and construction of borehole for Baka Basic School. And these students, if you see the type of water these kids were drinking, you'd ask yourself, where are we going as a country? So I did one there to alleviate them from that issue. Also supported a Bazo Basic School with mechanized water. Renovation for welfare, supported the construction of water project for Inglekazo, renovation of old borehole for Soda Dam, renovation of borehole for Old and Cancer, construction of borehole for Fanti Newton, a brand new one, mechanized one, construction of water project for Anzanya Mliye, construction of water project Arian Futu, construction of borehole for, I mean, it's, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, it's just reshaping of roads and refilling and Casa. I mean, I'm talking about one of the biggest and the nicest forest reserves we have in the country. Is located in Old Akasa, but it's not being patronized as it should. And like I said all the time, I'm like, the government is actually losing revenue because people are not able to go there because of bad road network and we don't have any telecommunication network. And so, I mean, in 21st century, if somebody is going to pay money to go and visit a site, a tourist area, and they are not able to get there in the first place on a proper road, and also when they get there, they don't have access to internet. I mean, come on. And it's one of the best forest reserve in the country. You should visit it one of these days. It will be on me. And so I reshaped the road because during the raining season, cars could not go or come, and so the people in that area, that enclave, are all farmers. And so when they will go to their farms and get the food products, they are not even able to bring it to the marketplaces, and so the food stuffs will be rotten and all that. So I had to take it upon myself as the MP for the area to reshape about 17 kilometers for them. And I'm talking about, we have the forest people are there, okay, and all that, but of course the government didn't come to their aid. So I did that. When it comes to the bridges, I've done Bentilabo Bridge, I've done it, Ilibo in Passam Bridge, I've done it, Mukwao, I've done that. There's a lot of things I want to mention. Other things. Okay. So, under education support scheme, I've mentioned me supporting over 350. You saw the picture. The scholarship scheme that I've put in place since 2021 is still ongoing. I have over 230 tertiary students within the constituency that have benefited from the MP tertiary educational support, and it's still ongoing. So that is an area. And then under business development programs, I launched interest-free loan. I wanted to talk about it. I launched an interest-free loan for women.
Sorry, that's the shed we were talking about.
Yes, some of the community gathering. I call because it's over the standard of just a shed. So I call it community gathering center. I've built a lot of these ones, and we are not done. We are going to paint it. We are putting a TV there. We are going to, so when it's fully done, we will take pictures and bring it so you can showcase it. So these are, and I've built a lot of these ones, about 20 of them across the entire constituency. Yes, so these are some of the sheds.
I'm surprised. I mean, how are you able to fund all these?
Well, like I said, it's a calling. And so I try to use what I get and also my own money to do it, to help to alleviate the suffering of my people. And so it comes from me because of the heart I have for the people and what I do. Like I said, it's a calling. Some people will say, you know, most of the times they insult with the politicians that we come in to enrich ourselves. But to me, it's a calling. And from looking at what I've done as opposition MP and also being in court for 2.5 years and the things I've done, it tells you that when, you know, I'm not even going to say when I win again, because I know for winning, I am winning, because the people want me to come back so that I can continue with the good work that I'm doing. So NDC as a party is going to come to power. Our flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama, is coming to power, and you know, together we would build a better Ghana, and various constituencies would benefit as well. Because I mean, look at what we were talking about earlier about the Saminye Barrier Road, which was supposed to have been completed in 2021, and it still haven't been done. So for me, it looks as if that areas that we have, like the Minister for Roads rightly recently intimidated in Kumasi said, he was like, you know, he's not going to help MPs that are in opposition with their projects. And so I think it's really so, because looking at the nature of the road from Saminye Barrier to Hafasni, I mean, it's very, very, very bad. So hopefully NDC will come to power and finish that for us.
Okay. We were talking earlier about a 6-unit classroom block. I think the video is ready. Okay. So we could quickly display that on the screen.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's read the teachers and the parents and say. So school that for fair way you move. That's a young to maintain school that way. That's a channel school that say. You did a men you who are that students will see quite not to be us in the room. Into best teachers now want to say. One thing, you done in your mind.
I'm in Remuno, and if Nimre Pomuno, I have fair.
Mambia input wo edina huma suya so. Nti na honorable Dorcas Afotofe MP for Jomoro. E dey ato na akoma so obeboa. Na huma suya abaye krabehwe e wo Jomoro. Nti wo hwe machi ha 6-unit classroom block. And na honorable Dorcas Afotofe AC ama omanfo a omowo Forest Junction. Bentinebo ohia madwene. Eni nkuro nketwa bebria e ka ho.
That's it. I'll be doing some messages. I know constituents of Jomoro are watching us tonight, and these are some of the messages sent via our Facebook. This one says, "Good evening. I am watching you live from Elubo. Special greetings to Madame Dorcas Afotofe. My name is Leocran Emmanuel," and he added some love emojis to to that. Thank you, Lee, for the message. This one also says, I'm so proud to have you as my MP. Too much. Give me, Madam. Dennis Fameye. Thank you, Dennis. And better should going easy as becoming. Okay, love, keeping, being studied. Oh, please. When you send the messages, please, I beg of you, kindly frame your sentence as well so I could read it loud and clear to Honorable. And this is quite difficult. This also says, Ghanaian politics have proven to be one that is built on parochial interest rather service to the constituents. As an MP, your ultimate aim is to ensure that conditions are better for your constituents. And I am so proud of you, Honorable. If you're an MP and you're unable to do that, but resort to throwing money around as many have been doing to win power, you certainly suffer the consequences of same. Today, my MP has the ability to lead and is now determined by the size of her wallet and not about the ideas. Okay, kudos to the Honorable MP for Jomoro for the massive development. These are the MPs we need in Ghana. Hashtag Constituency Connect. Hashtag Jomoro NP. And this is coming from Daniel Akpaliok from Sandema. Daniel, thank you. This says, there are really interesting. Okay. Interesting. Hi, Honorable Doctors. We appreciate all the good work you're doing for our constituency. Your dedication is truly admirable, and we promise to reward you with our thumbs come December 7. This is from Honorable Ernest Owusu from Halfasini. Honorable Ernest Owusu, thank you for your message. This says, good evening, watching you live from Brescia, Italy, and I'm from Tikobo number 1. This woman is too much. Madam, please, how far with Elubo AstroTurf? This is a question from... Okay, but we have a video. We have a video of the AstroTurf, Elubo AstroTurf. And Honorable Dr. Afotofe has made tremendous contributions in the Jomo constituency within just a short space of time, despite initially facing needless distraction from the NPP party through their frivolous election petition. The good people of Jomo will certainly reward her with a second term bid to further advance her transformative agenda. My regards to our industrials NP for Jomo. This is Jeff from Elanda. Okay, so let's go and watch the AstroTurf. This is with regards to sporting activities in the Jomo constituency. Okay, Honorable, someone was just asking about the AstroTurf. Yeah.
Okay, so should we watch that first?
I think we have a caller.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, Honorable, can we talk about the AstroTurf? Someone is asking how far with this.
Okay, I'm sure in the next 2 to 3 months it will be done. It will be completed.
Okay.
Yes, we had a lot of issues. Of course, they were playing politics with it, and but with the by the grace of God and with a lot of lobbying and all that, we've been able to cross that hurdle. So they are on it, and they've come very far. So very soon, I'm sure the contractor promised me that within a month or 2, at most, it should be finished. The first phase should be done. So that is what we are looking at. A month to 2, it should be ready.
Okay, I hope your question has been answered. Okay, that's so. It.
I hope
Honorable
so.
says it's going to be complete very soon.
Very soon.
Okay, so Honorable, this is my last but one question.
Sure.
In 2020, your flag bearer John Dramani Mahama lost in your constituency, but you won.
Right.
This year, I mean, you intimated earlier that John Dramani Mahama is coming back. The NDC is coming back. Honorable, how prepared are you, and how are you working towards achieving this dream?
Well, I can assure you that 2024, this year, we are going to win the parliamentary and the presidential election in Jomoro. I mean, for 2020 had just come in. Okay, so a lot of work needed to be done. And also, if you can look at the numbers, John Dramani had more than me. But of course, when it was more of a skirt and blouse thing, people were tired of the parliamentary candidate, and so they voted for me. But this time around, I have an affable team on ground that I'm sure you met some of them. Yeah. My team, kudos to you guys. We're working very, very, very very well. And so we have set a target for ourselves, and we know we are going to meet that target. We have promised His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana. We have promised him, and we are going to deliver. So I'm very sure 2020 it will be different, because now I know the grounds. I'm very, very solid on the grounds. We are working, very hard, and so I can assure you that 2024, January by this time, December 7th by this time, when announcement, comes out, the numbers. There will be a difference. It's not just going to be a win; it's going to be massive, and I promise you that.
Honorable, finally, that's your camera right there. We are heading to the polls come December 2024 general elections. Now, I'd want you to send a message to your constituents. What message are you conveying to them? You can do that in your local.
That's what I was going to say. I've come to sit here, and all I did was to speak
quickly,
English.
Finally,
the old woman sitting somewhere in my village that loves me is not even able to understand anything I said. So thank you so very much. I'm very grateful. So I'm going to take this moment and I will freely speak my dialect. So people will know that I can do both. And I'm very... All right.
I like that.
Yes.
That's your camera.
All right. So, you molumwa bebiza jomrama enlu. Mama mom papa mom bletium la. Bedabe bega afu doka stofe. Aloba gala no mo njia mo ewela. Yemoye odeki enne no sre mo on be LED ze ejoliela mi biza be muala na chimo kama hele baleke kama mali 2020 na benimi hamo na beliem bedru no na bedru ga be ma mekrama all 2020 la zani ala yem bazere ke 2024 mu yawuru no ala beliem mi jima kpale be vamba kposa court dede ne mom venu muala benjechi minzi be mpai boti enne me woni casing nezeza bedru ga be mam kem da mi amele be parliamentary candidate mutin bazele be do ega kpale be mam ne papa John Dramani Mahama, the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana. Vedo ega kpale be mai na oweni a yo ba kundel ka kpale yeziemi na amda kuma hora ma bua jomro na ezwala mo bezwala mo mela elile su akpole ni enula ma hora ma ye debi ma va ma bua jomro menzini titru ni youth mamo be wo chirebe omuala olma deswa mutibedo ega kpale this time around na be me papa John Dramani Mahama era na be maame gale afutofe dokas alon ba gale monju amawula odanko o return city na mahra mabua jomre na jomro avai dan la pare ya heda jomro ba yake ngala jomro ba yake America mdabase.
Thank you so much, Honorable. We do appreciate. I hope that I'll see you soon.
Oh, you will see me again. This is the second time that I've gotten a lot of interviews, but I'm like, but of course I know that Pan-African, I know what your beliefs are, and so I was like, I will not do. I wouldn't let anything stop me from coming. I was actually very far. I had called earlier that I wasn't going to make it, but then listening to the producer, I said, you know what, I had to cut everything. So he was able to convince me. So, shout out to him. He did very well. He was like, Madam, you have to be here. And I promised that I will be. And I'm so happy that I came. I think it was very, very informative. People will now get to know from me what I've done and what I'm doing. And so I'm very grateful. And I'll be back again.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable.
And you did very wonderful too. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Okay. Well, Honorable Dorcas Afotofe is the incumbent member of Parliament for the Jomoro constituency of the Western region of Ghana, and who also doubles as the parliamentary candidate representing the opposition National Democratic Congress. Well, to make her retain the seat once again, you know what to do come December 2024 general elections, when all of us, you and I, head to the polls. This has been the show, Constituency Connect on Pan-African Television. My name is Ivy Abena Didinakita. See you same time next week, Tuesday, 4:30 to 5:30 here on Pan-African Television. Bye.